Hey everybody, Bobby Jones here with a quick VGram. I just want to talk about some of the things that have happened the last week that really are disturbing. First, the removal of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the chief of naval operations, the vice chief of staff of the Air Force, and all of the top JAGs in the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Friday night massacre. Pretty much everybody wiped out. Why does this matter? From a legal standpoint, to remove JAG officers that help interpret the law and help give advice to the warfighter on what they can and cannot do in accordance with the Geneva Conventions, according with rules of engagement. Those guys being removed removes a fail-safe on what the American military is supposed to be able to do and what they're not allowed to do. It's the difference between constraints and restraints. And right now, those checks are being removed. The American military may be able to march down the streets of New York and declare martial law based on this. Armed, active duty forces against American citizens. The ultimate no-no in our military. Well, if there's no one legally to sit there and say this is illegal, it makes it that much easier. Additionally, the strategic and tactical execution of the armed forces of the United States of America. That's what the Joint Chiefs help advise the President and the National Security Council on. There's a reason that we stagger elections with the addition and confirmation of those positions, the chairman, the chiefs of staffs of the branches of service, to show stability and to assure our allies that, hey, even though we have a new administration, America still has the watch. Right now, we have a chief executive in the president who is destabilizing all of our oldest and most important alliances. And at the same time, now removing the military pieces that provide assurances of safety around the world. We don't have a new national security strategy. We don't have any of these things, but we're removing and creating chaos. And finally, if you are a minority or a woman, why would you join the military right now? And this is coming from a guy that served 26 years. You have wiped out the contributions of different minority groups despite how hard they had to work to achieve them. And then out of all the members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, only 2 are not white men. And you removed both of them. General Brown, who was the chairman, a black man, and Admiral Franchetti, who is the first woman to ever serve on the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Chief of Naval Operations. You gotta be kidding me. And for what? Because they didn't look like central casting from a Humphrey Bogart movie made in the 1940s. Because that's what Donald Trump thinks is leadership. And if that is not enough, on top of that cherry of that sundae, the person that's going to replace General Brown is a retired 3-star Air Force general, which is illegal by the Goldwater-Nichols Act of 1986. The requirements to be the chairman means you have to be a 4-star first, which he is not, had to have combatant command of one of the large combatant commands in our Department of Defense, which he never had, or be the chief of staff of one of our branches of the armed forces, which he never was. When you talk about DEI and these people talking about didn't earn it, he is the epitome of DEI. Yes, he may be a great warfighter, but he does not meet the requirements. And what I was told by this administration, the requirements matter. And when Pete Hegseth, the former Fox News weekend host, the man didn't even have the temerity to be on weekdays, pushing this, I'm dying to see how people twist and turn to justify this, since we're all about merit-based promotion.